Hello and welcome to the channel. Here we talk about my experiences during lockup for educational use. I do not condone or glorify the behaviors in my stories. I spent 2 years in lockup at CFCF, and now that I'm out, I want to tell y'all about it. In this episode, let's talk about how to make money in jail illegally. Okay, now look, there's a lot of different ways to make money in jail illegally. However, first things first, like I said, I do not condone or glorify said actions. um However, you're going to be surrounded by lots of criminals who know nothing better to do than sell drugs, pretty much, or other forms of money like robbing people, etc., etc., etc. All right. This video is just detailing how some people do it. All right. So let's get right into it. Now, the first type of way to make money illegally in jail that I'm familiar with, at least, is scamming. Okay? And when I say that I'm familiar with scamming, I'm not a scammer, okay? What I really mean is that I have a story about how somebody tried to scam me. All right. Now look,
Good news. The police are coming to protect you.
around the time this happened, I was on the COVID block. All right. Now, what the COVID block is when inmates have COVID-19, or if they test positive for COVID, right? They go to the COVID block to quarantine from all the other inmates and all the other guards and nurses and stuff. All right. The other differences from the COVID block and the other blocks in jail, right? The normal quarantine block is where you would go when you first get to jail. Okay. And population is where you would go after you've been processed and all that other stuff, right? Quarantine, you don't get any commissary. Population, you do get commissary. All right, and you also get tablets and stuff like that. On the COVID block, you get 4 recreations a day as opposed to the normal 2 at the time. All right, and you don't get any commissary. So you're separated from everybody else and you don't get commissary, pretty much. Now, the workers on that pod, right, were kind of making a killing selling commissary bags to the COVID inmates. All right. They were literally spending $15 buying jail commissary, and then they would package up in a little bag. They would package up $15 worth of food, and they would sell it for $50. Okay, so the process is really, really, really simple, and the profit is pretty much $35. All right, they should have been making a solid killing on that little scam that they were running, right? And I say it's a scam because some people ended up not getting their stuff, and they tried to make me one of those people. Now, if you don't know what I look like, right? I'm pretty much a Steve Urkel lookalike, right? But muscle wise, I'm extremely strong. I'm kind of like Mitsuri from Demon Slayer, where I'm real slim and athletic. You feel me? But my muscle is real strong. You feel me? Also, I am a Marine. You feel what I'm saying? But long story short, never judge a book by its cover, especially in jail. I look like Steve Urkel. All right. So I end up trying to buy a bag from one of the workers while I was on the COVID block, right? I get the Cash App from my cellie, right? I send the Cash App. I go talk to the worker guy. He says, "Oh, that's the wrong Cash App. That's one of my baby mom's Cash Apps." You feel me? That was the Cash App for yesterday. It's a new Cash App today. And I'm like, what? What? Fine. All right. Long story short, fine. Right? A lot of conversation. I'm just cutting it out for right now. I say fine, and I send him another joint. You know what I'm saying? I send him another $50. Now, it takes a little minute for me to get my stuff. You get what I'm saying? I start seeing that he's slacking. It took like maybe a week. Now, mind you, we are on the COVID block. You see what I'm saying? And it would be kind of harder to get things over there. You get what I'm saying? But it really shouldn't have took no week. You see what I'm saying? So, long story short, once I felt like he was kind of playing with me, I kind of like took him to the side and I was like, yo, like, what's going on? Yada yada yada. You feel what I'm saying? I kind of waited until he got inside of a mop closet and I kind of just ran up in there. You feel what I'm saying? I said, yo, like, what's going on, bro? Like, what's going on with my food? I sent you $100, bro. I need something because I don't want to have to do nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Now, mind you, a little bit of backstory on this guy that I bought some food off of. He was shorter, right? He was around like, I'd say like maybe 5'3", but he was older than me. I'd say like maybe I'd say like maybe 32 around. You feel me? He was just real short with a real big head. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that I put fear in his heart or whatever. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is 2 days later, I got a bag. You get what I'm saying? So, there are those types of scammy, weird people that you would have to worry about. You see what I'm saying? Now, the next type of way to make money illegally in jail, right, is the very obvious sell drugs. All right. Now, I'm going to make this real short and sweet. Selling drugs is obviously wrong, right? But let's just say you have some bud in jail, right? Let's say you get your hands on some bud, right? You can sell a nick of bud, and if you don't know what a nick is, it's like half a gram. You can sell half a gram of bud in jail for $50. You can call it a 50 ball if you want, but you could sell a half a gram of bud in jail for $50. You could sell a pinch of tobacco for 10 to 20 bucks. All right, you could sell a whole cigarette in jail. I've seen prices go from $50 to $75 for a cigarette. You see what I'm saying? Selling drugs, like I said, obviously very wrong, but I'm not gonna lie to anybody. Selling drugs in jail is very lucrative. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. Selling drugs in jail is kind of a gold mine. All right. Now, the next type of way to make money in jail illegally, right, is selling and making weapons. All right. And I made a video on my channel about different types of weapons that I've seen and I've either made or had. All right. Now, selling weapons in jail, really, it's up to the seller. Usually, a prison knife could go anywhere from about $20 to $80. All right. I've seen more, I've seen less. However, that is another way that you can make money in jail. If you are resourceful enough to find some type of metal or find some type of material that you can make a weapon out of, then by all means, you know. The next type of way that I'm going to talk to y'all about to make money in jail illegally, right, is making hooch. All right, and by far this is the easiest way to make money in jail. All right, illegally. Now, on my channel, again, I made a video on how to make hooch in jail. All right, and how I did it, essentially. Okay, how you can make money by making hooch in jail. And if you don't know, hooch is just alcohol that you would make in jail. All right, now you could literally sell cups, or you could sell gallons of hooch, depending on how much of it you had. Me, right, I was selling hooch by the cup, and honestly, I was really lenient on the price. I was selling $3 a cup commissary. You feel what I'm saying? So they had to give me $3 in commissary. You see what I'm saying? Now, again, this is just for a cup, and admittedly, the hooch that I made that one specific time was absolutely not the best. I just wanted to make a quick come up because I was hungry. You get what I'm saying? Now, for the last and final way to make money in jail illegally, again, like I said, the last and final way to make money in jail illegally would be to sell hitman services. All right, now look, I knew a couple people that would get paid to beat people up or get paid to stab people. You get what I'm saying? And usually those types of payments would be either a cash app or either drugs. All right, and again, I also had a contract at one point in time, but they were trying to just set me up. Again, I made a video on it. If you guys like this video, please give me a like and subscribe. Have a great rest of your day.